Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Welcome back. It is exactly 9:33 a.m. and we're now going to be talking with Qari Ziyaad Patel. He is the founding trustee of Al-Imdaad Foundation. Assalamu alaikum to you, Qari Ziyaad Patel. Welcome to the program. Long time no speak. I trust you guys are all doing well and working hard.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you so much for the opportunity on this beautiful morning.
Alhamdulillah. You're going to be giving us some feedback regarding the Az-Zawayda IDP camp in central Gaza. The one thing I was wondering about is we've been told that there's a lot of aid trucks that are stuck at the Rafah border. How is it that, Al-Imdaad Foundation has managed to still carry on their relief work in Gaza and other parts of Palestine?
Exactly for the question. Just remember that Al-Imdaad Foundation has been actively involved in humanitarian services and projects in the Gaza Strip, not only from now, but the last 20 years. We have a long record of that history in working in Gaza Strip. Sometimes we have helicopter operations. Some people do helicopter operations. They come, they blow some dust, make some noise, and they leave. But alhamdulillah, we have a principle and a policy that we ought to render humanitarian services in the most sustainable manner. And if you look at it post and pre October 7th, so look at it pre October 7th, what was Al-Imdaad Foundation doing in the Gaza Strip? One of our pet projects, one of the main projects of the Al-Imdaad Foundation was the hospital, the all-inclusive hospital of the As-Sahaba Medical Complex in the Gaza Strip, which has been running for numerous years. And then post-October 7th, after what has happened recently, with all the war which has been taking place, and it is a very, very sad situation, alhamdulillah, the hospital is still continuing to run. The hospital is continuing to run. Now remember, to get into Gaza right now, there are two routes. One is the humanitarian route, where people come with trucks, line up the trucks in the queue, and it moves at a snail's pace. But then there is another route of sending aid into Gaza, and that is the trade route. And alhamdulillah, we have opted to go through the trade route, and our trucks enter Gaza to the trade route, and our team at As-Sahaba are then taking control of this truck and then distributing the aid. The most important thing here is for an organization to have control of the aid from the very start to the very beginning. From the very time you purchase and procure your aid to the time it is distributed. This is very, very, very imperative and very important that one has control over it. And alhamdulillah, we are confident enough that we have control over it. Secondly, we have had land convoys. The land convoys have also managed to trickle in aid into the Gaza Strip. And talking about the IDP camp within in central Gaza, alhamdulillah, right now it's absolutely beneficial for the people of Gaza, and that has also been used as a point and as a base to continue with some of our very vital key distributions for the people of Gaza.
Alhamdulillah. Obviously, when you Al-Imdaad having going, taking the aid in via the trade route, sadly, I should imagine does come at a high cost. Would I be correct in thinking that?
So yes, it does come at a slightly higher cost. It does come at a slightly high cost. But at times, you've got to weigh the options. What is the best and what is the safest. And for us, we felt we'd rather pay the higher cost and allow the aid to trickle in and allow the aid to get in a safe manner, in a manner that we have control over. Because we've had reports, and even the United Nations has reported on this, that a few of the trucks on the humanitarian route have been siphoned off and resold again.
Oh,
so
no.
The most important thing, I think, in the charity sector, is to make sure that the amana that has been entrusted with us, that has to be discharged accordingly, and it has to be given out to the correct and needy person. And this is what we strive on at the Al-Imdaad Foundation, is to make sure that we get aid to the person or the people who need it most in the best manner possible and in the safest manner. And until and only we are confident enough, then only can we embark on a project. And alhamdulillah, right now, we are confident enough that our aid is getting in, it is being distributed. We have proof being distributed. And yes, it is at a slightly higher cost, but we know it is getting through effectively and efficiently, alhamdulillah.
And like I said, all your efforts, yours and of course the entire team there as well. What is unique about the Az-Zawayda IDP camp? Let's talk a little bit about that. And I should also imagine, I've seen some slides on my screen as I speak with you of a lot of people in this particular camp, and I should imagine all around in Gaza that are going to now need, going forward, they're going to need crutches, walking aids, wheelchairs, um, and there's going to be, or has already been, a lot of amputees in Gaza as well. Is Al-Imdaad assisting with all of that, with aids, with walking aids, wheelchairs, etc.?
Yes, so we are having a holistic aid package in Gaza. Whatever we are managing to get through into Gaza, alhamdulillah, that is very, very needed right now. Remember, you are talking to a starving population, you are talking to an injured population, you are talking to people that have been through war over the last few months, and not any kind of war. This has been a very severe, turbulent war. And there's a range of medical equipment and medical aid which is required by the people of Gaza. As the way that IDP camp, what makes it very unique, alhamdulillah, is that it is not only just an IDP camp where people are coming and living and finding some kind of safe shelter. It is also used as a base wherein we can provide critical services such as healthcare. The daily meals are being distributed from there. Alhamdulillah, we are also managing to get teaching up and running. There's education being rendered from this facility. And of course, yes, it also has a message trying to provide basic necessities for the people of Gaza through this IDP camp. Yes, it is very, very, very sad. Our hearts bleed when we see what is happening in Gaza. But we can't just sit back and do nothing. We've got to do something. Alhamdulillah, we've got different activities and different projects and programs in place for the people of Gaza. Talking about those people that need medical treatment, there are some patients that have managed to come up to the Egyptian side, and we have an agreement with the Palestinian hospitals in Cairo and with the Palestinian Red Crescent. And alhamdulillah, this has been a unique agreement wherein we are now upgrading a part of the hospital, and that hospital is now rendering already treatment for those Muslim patients and those Muslim victims who need treatment, medical treatment and intervention urgently. So that is another avenue which we managed to open up. And alhamdulillah, people who need amputations, people who need whatever it may be, they are receiving the adequate treatment at this hospital in Cairo. So as I'm saying, Al-Imdaad Foundation, it is an all-inclusive. So remember, this is a very complex situation. Even for humanitarian veterans like myself, this is an extremely complex situation. And daily, we are trying to improvise to try and help and assist the people of Gaza. Yes, it is not the ideal humanitarian intervention. It is not the ideal humanitarian assistance. But we've got to do something. And alhamdulillah, I think after persevering, we have managed to overcome many hurdles, many obstacles, and we are providing critical humanitarian aid for the people in Gaza comprehensively.
Alhamdulillah. We do know that there are many other aid agencies trying to do or are possibly doing a similar type of aid work in that region. We also know that the area is so horribly devastated that the people of Palestine are going to be very, very dependent on people like the Al-Imdaad Foundation for many, many years to come before they can actually get onto their feet. Are you able to collaborate with other agencies as well and make a bigger impact on the aid work that you're doing?
So yes, it's always been our policy to work with other like-minded organizations and agencies. And I firmly believe that there is power in partnership. Together, we are stronger. And this is something, of course, yes, which we are always welcoming. And there have been, so far, there are many, many organizations from across the world that have already partnered with the Al-Imdaad Foundation to help and assist the people in Gaza. And alhamdulillah, these partnerships are rendering fantastic results, and they are managing to do even more. And this is going to be the future of humanitarian organizations. When we will have to come together, we will have to complement one another. And I've always mentioned this before, that, our functions, our duties, our mission should always be complementary in nature and never competitive. We would always need to be complementing one another and never ever competing with one another, because our focal aim and goal is the same, and that is to help and assist people. So alhamdulillah, thus far we have partnered with many, many organizations from across the globe, and we hope and we will pray that this can continue, and in doing so, we will reach out to even more people. Remember, especially in complex situations, in complex disasters, as we see here with the Gaza, it is of imperative importance that we work together, holding hands together, so that we are stronger and we have a braver front, a stronger front, and we can do much more in this fashion.
Inshallah, Ameen. In closing then, what would you like to share with us this morning on Salam Media regarding Al-Imdaad Foundation? And I also understand you've got your Qurbani drive that has started already. If you'd like to share a little bit of that with us this morning.
So yes, as we do approach the days of Dhul-Hijjah, these the 10 days of Dhul-Hijjah, these are very auspicious days and auspicious moments. We as the Ummah of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, let us use our time in the most constructive and productive manner spiritually. And we need to beg to Allah. We need to, every one of us, beg to Allah, because only Allah can do, and He will do what He wants to do. We need to beg Allah to do for us and for the people of Gaza. So these are auspicious moments. These are spiritual days. Let's spend them in the most best way possible. Let's think about the people in Gaza in these days. Let's increase our amal. Let's increase our dua. Let's increase our act of worship in these days of Dhul-Hijjah. May Allah accept from us. Ameen. Let it not be that we let these 10 days pass and it has been wasted. Let's not waste this time. We may not see these 10 days again. As the Hujjaj will congregate in the plains of Arafah, and they will be making dua for the Ummah, we as well, our hearts will be connected to Arafah. His heart wants to be Hajj. His heart is in Hajj. So whilst the Hujjaj are in the plains of Arafah, we too will spend our time in the most best manner, inshallah. With regard to Qurbani, it is of imperative importance that those of us that can't afford Qurbani, we should be taking our Qurbani. Al-Imdaad Foundation, we are going to be doing Qurbani this year for the Gazan refugees, that are in Egypt. As of now, do you know that over 100,000 refugees have already crossed into Egypt seeking shelter and urgent medical treatment? This is the reality of the ground. And sadly, many have little to survive, and they have received very limited assistance. That's the reason why Al-Imdaad Foundation, we are also beefing up and increasing our humanitarian efforts and projects in Egypt as well. So this year, Eid al-Adha, we are going to be doing a sheep at 3,750 rands. It's 3,750 rands, a share in a cow for the Gazan refugees in Egypt. And yes, our team will be there personally to slaughter, package, and distribute the meat to the poor and needy Gazan refugees. And yes, our team will be present. So once again, it's 3,750 rands for a sheep, for a share in a cow. So you're more than welcome to sponsor this and to have your Qurbani as a share in a cow for 3,750 rands for the Gazan refugees. So a humble request to you out there to support this campaign, support the people of Gaza in Qurbani and this Eid al-Adha. And may Allah will make it easy for every one of us and accept from every one of us in these beautiful days. لن ينال الله لحومها ولا دماؤها ولكن يناله التقوى منكم. Allah does not need the flesh and blood. He needs our taqwa. He needs our taqwa. May Allah Ta'ala accept from us our Qurbani, inshallah. Ameen.
Thumma ameen, thumma ameen. Jazakallah so much for talking with us. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept all your efforts and everybody's efforts and keep you all safe to continue the amazing work that you guys carry out at the Al-Imdaad Foundation. You are the founding trustee of Al-Imdaad Foundation. Jazakallah Qari Ziyaad Patel. Go well and Allah be with you. Assalamu alaikum.
جزاك الله خير وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.